Okay, to remove the mirror, one step is you have to get to the bottom of this piece, start pulling it a little bit, and then eventually you have to pull, and it makes force, and then comes back up. So here are the locks. There's two locks right there. There's two right here. You just have to be careful. It goes in here. They don't break when you remove it. So next, you have to do is remove the connector in here for your defrost. So now we just have to put pressure on it, remove the lock. Okay. So now what we need to do is remove the mirror. And to remove the mirror, what we do is put pressure in here. It goes all the way in. Then you kind of have to put your fingers in here and start pulling it out. It has 4 blocks in here, plastic locks. But that's the only thing that secures it. There we go. It comes out. So this is move the camera a little bit this way. Okay, so these metal things are going in here. Kind of it serves as a guide. Those little black things right here. Those are the ones that goes in here. And this is the locks that goes in here. Alright, so now that we have the mirror out, this is the one we're going to replace with the one with the blind spot monitor, so the system. Now we're going to remove the entire thing so we can actually put the little motor in there to turn. We're going to remove the door so we can get to the connections in here for the side mirror, and also we can take them off by taking this part off. We'll take the side mirror off to put the motor. So to remove the door panel, the only thing you have to do is, here you have one screw. You have to remove this to get all the screw out. Here's another one. And then you kind of pull the door, and that's how you get them out. Here, right here was, as with the mechanisms for the door lock, the wires. I'll show you the other side of the wires. And then you have a plug here, and another one here for the light in the bottom. And then you look closely. You have the locks here for the door. Remember, the green is on the bottom, white is on top. Have the one on the bottom. One right here, and this is the one that we need to disconnect to get the side mirror off. Now we're going to remove those screws right there. For the side mirror, you need a 10mm. Remember the bottom plug. That's how we get the mirror out. So remember, this was right here. The rubber was hooked in here, so I just removed it really easy. So I'm gonna start working with this light with the power motor in here that goes in here. This part. to make it work, so I'm gonna go to the table. Okay, so this is the motor for the left side. This is the part that we need to figure out how to remove everything, make it work. There's a clip in here. I don't want to break it, but I don't know how it comes out, so that. There we go. That, and then got that part out for the cable and run. And we need to, you guys see it okay? Yeah, so we need to remove the screws. So that's how you got that out. This is my light on the side, so, and this is the bottom line. So I'm gonna remove this. Okay. So I got the light out. Got the light out. I believe this turns and gets out. See, it just turns and got it out. I'm gonna replace that one in LED. Okay. So let's see. There's more screws in here to remove this base. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm removing the screw so it connects to this part. There's also another screw here on the bottom. So there's a screw here on the bottom that I'm trying to get to. Okay, so we have to remove this part by just lifting it. Comes out. There. That's a screw that I need to get to remove it. So there's another one here. Okay, so I've removed this bar, but just kind of it was connected in here. What I did, I just kind of stopped pulling it and it came out. I was trying to see how it looks, but I'm afraid to remove these cables and put that to run the cables through the middle. I'm gonna have to remove this pins. So I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna remove the tape and work through it. And I still have to remove this part that I still need to figure it out how. So I'm gonna pause the video and go back, guys, when I'm figured it out and then explain to you what I did. Okay, so I want to show you really quick what I did. And it has, get closer to it, see if you guys can see it. It has Focus. Alright, so you see those little things? It has two locks in this thing, and those two things goes inside of this block. So what I did is I pinch it on one side. Here's the other tab. I pinch it in there and remove them. And you see they're stacked like that, so it makes it easy to come out. So I run a line that through here, and that's how they come in and out. See? Pretty good. Now I'm gonna remove it from here. There we go, the cable's out. So I'm going to continue working. I believe this is one of the things that I have to grab and turn to get them out. Okay, so little nose pliers. It has two holes in there. So what I did was I lined the little nose pliers in those holes, turn it onto the line, and it kind of pops out. And that's how you remove it. That's the spring that helps you work with the thing. So, and that's the other part. Now I need to feed it out. See the lock? That's what it kind of got it out to get these things out. So I'm gonna continue working on this. So that's the screw that I want to remove before. That's right here. And then I got this whole thing out. So this part that goes out, and this is the part that goes in. If you guys can see, they're pretty much the same, except for the motor in here. But that's the ones that I'm gonna replace in here. I'm gonna pause the camera. I'm gonna clean them a little bit before we put it up. That's kind of how I lined. So this one screw there. The other one screw goes here. Okay, so we align it. Now, we don't need the springs or anything like that in there anymore, but we need to secure it with the screws. So it comes with the screws and a little washer. And I'm in there. And tighten them up. Okay, so now I'm gonna run the cables. If you notice, this one has a little corner. That's kind of where this cables go to push down. Okay. So now remember, you also need to run this for the motors. All right. So. Okay. so can run in the cable. Get this one too. So now we're going to start connecting the cables. So make sure everything works. But remember, we also have to run the cable for the blind spot monitor. This goes here. So okay, so I replaced my light bulb. The only one that I can find was this one. I want to see how it looks. If not, I'll replace it later. This is the one. Where is it? Oh, this is the one that I take out. Alright, so now, here is the switch for the blind spot monitor. And this is the connection here. So this is going connected to here because this is an adaptation. I'm gonna grab this. The one comes from the kit. I'm gonna cut it in here too, solder it together, and before I solder it, run it to it. That way I can actually run it through the hole and then make the connection. That way this will connect in here. If I need to remove it or something, I just pull it out and it comes out. Also, I've already put that connection in there, kind of place it in there, run the cables that way. They need to come this way. That's how the cables are running. The light goes down here. This is for the, this goes right here for the defrost. This is for the light, and this is for the blind spot. So I'm gonna cut it, solder it together, and come back. Okay, so blind spot monitor is connected, heater is connected, everything is secure, everything is locked, cable's going down, goes through there inside of the vehicle. So cables are gonna run through here. Fine. Put our cover in there. And those cables need to run through there, through here. Okay. Getting closer. I need to cover. Last check, everything is okay. Everything is good. Cables are connected properly, okay. I can place our cover back in it. Alright guys, so this is how it looks, guys. Let me see if I focus correctly. That's how it looks with my sequential signal. That's the light, and you guys can see it as a light. And there's that. So we're gonna run the cables and see at least how it looks, and then connect it later. Okay, so we're inside the car. 10 millimeters. Okay, so those are the cables. Now, remember this is for my LED, for my blind spot monitor. This is for the car. This is for the motor. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back in there so I can connect this, and then I can start running everything else. Okay, so this is the cable that I connect for the power mirrors. I already got the switch installed, so it goes in and out. And those are the mirrors. So the cable's in here. That's the module and everything else in here. So I got one side connected. I'm gonna start working on the other side and test it. I run the cables through here, so they hide and they look good. I did remove the speaker because I thought it was gonna be a hole over here, but it's not. So I'm gonna put the speaker back in and start checking, and the other side it will be a lot easier. Okay, so I have all the connections done. I ran the cables to the power mirror, second power mirror. Got the switch in there. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna press that button. There's the other one. Power mirrors. Alright, so everything else is still working. I know there's two cables in here. One connects to the door lock, so when you lock the car, automatically those go in. I haven't connected those yet. I don't know where to connect to. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research and connect them. But so far, you know, by doing this, they're working. So they go back in. Alright. So I'll give you guys an update when I figured out how to do the other ones.